From the millions in prize money to the wave of young talent, everything golf is today is because of one man alone. The name's Woods, Tiger Woods. His legacy is one for the books. For starters, he brought in all the money we see in golf today.
So bring this thing in low and check it back up there.
Lately, all we've heard about golf has to do something with money. Whether it's the Live League or the raised PGA purses, all our collective ears have gotten so used to hearing about hundreds of millions in golf. But it wasn't always like this. Not until Tiger Woods took the world by storm in the 1990s. And then suddenly, because of the breath of fresh air that Woods introduced to golf, the sport's status in the world began to change. More people were interested and tuned in to watch the miracles this young man would conjure with his golf club. Take a guess at how much money he brought to the game. Go on. Well, here's something that'll put it in perspective for you. Today, the PGA Tour pays its winning members over 5 times the sum that was paid before the now 47-year-old turned pro. But what exactly do I mean when I say he brought money to the game, I hear you ask? Well, it was all the sponsors. See, golf always survived on money from sponsors. But after Tiger's rise in the 90s, things went to the next level. It was an upgrade of a century. Like, the sponsor money went so high up so fast, it was actually surprising to witness. Oh, and of course, if you were to do the math and look for the exact moment it all started, you'd most likely look at the Hello World Nike commercial from the 90s and say, yup, that's it. That commercial came out at a time when two things were happening at once. Tiger's popularity was rising exponentially, but there was something else too. There were fans and even pro golfers who thought this young man was just overhyped and will live out his 15 minutes of fame and then disappear. So the world was interested, and of course, he proved that he was the real deal in very little time, which brought more and more sponsors pouring money into golf.
Ooh, that's low and hard right.
And soon, from apparel to expensive watches, everyone wanted someone very different than usual to market their products, a golfer. So yeah, over 2 decades down, now golf is up there with one of the richest sports in the world, all thanks to Tiger Woods, the undisputed GOAT of golf. But it's unfair to make his legacy all about money, especially when there are even bigger things he has credit for. He's changed the reputation of the sport for good. No offense to the pre-Tiger golfers, but it's a well-known fact that they weren't very fit. Protruding bellies were a norm, and fitness wasn't really on anybody's mind, honestly. This is exactly why golf had the reputation of being an old man's sport.
I know his back is strong, but it's not worth any risk whatsoever at this point. He had one on 18.
Look at this.
Even worse, most didn't even consider it a sport at all. Like, if you don't have to get physically fit to play something, how is it a serious sport, right? It was Tiger who erased that false notion from people's minds. The now 15-time major champion was very serious about his gym visits. You could even call him a fitness freak. He wanted muscle, and he wanted stamina, and he worked for it like a madman. And of course, it affected his game.
Well, this is left at the hole at the center of the green.
The way that he played and the shots that he took were something nobody had ever seen before. There was meticulous calculation, but also a lot of strength. This changed people's minds about golf. It was no longer a chill little sport only a few not-so-athletic people played. It was suddenly a competitive game, and millions around the world wanted to keep track of what was going on. And all the credit for it was Tiger's alone.
That he has, it's the first time I've seen him. One of the big reasons why we come over this week. So what can you learn? I think the way...
See, this guy had this thirst to win that hadn't been seen before. He used to enter the field with the same drive to be better than his opponents as, say, a tennis player, and the world wasn't used to that in golf at all. In fact, the athleticism that Woods introduced to golf might be the only reason we have so many stars in the sport today. Tiger was a celebrity and an idol for kids. Tiger's impact on golf is immeasurable and, frankly, quite revolutionary. Like, think about it. Kids look up to footballers, basketball players, boxers, and tennis players. All of that is normal, but a golfer? Nope. That is until Tiger Woods became a celebrity. For the first time ever, it was a golfer that the young kids wanted to be like.
Could do this, hit long shots.
Second at the second. Just a little wedge in for Tiger, again a part of the game that has been so magical.
The stories of his precision, his strength, and his charisma on the field inspired the kids of that era like no golfer before ever had. As a result, well, we got something dubbed the Tiger Woods effect. Yup, the guy's got a whole effect named after him. See, the way his influence promoted golf became the reason that today there are so many young and athletic golfers out there. What the fields look like today would be something totally unimaginable in the pre-Tiger era. Like, now we'd have players who'd give even peak Woods a hard time. Every single one of them got into the sport because of the 15-time major champion. Also, of course, because they were inspired by Tiger, they're all pretty beefed up. Like, you could easily compare a golfer's physical form to any other athlete. And yeah, the Tiger Woods effect might be the very reason we no longer have a single all-dominant golfer these days. They all give each other a tough time. And once again, this couldn't be imagined before the 90s. Now you know why the 15-time major champion's legacy is tied to golf forever. He will be remembered long after he's retired.
So tough.
Yeah, I think so, and that's why it's much, sentimentally we're all talking about him playing well and maybe even winning.
Sadly, it looks like we're witnessing the beginning of the end of the 47-year-old legend's career. But the thing about his legacy is that it has nothing to do with where his career goes now. Whether he is on the field or not will never matter, because, well, he will be in every field forever as long as the PGA Tour events are crowded with big brands' logos.
Boy, he has really not made anything.
After all, he's the guy who made golf what it is today. Also, of course, the thousands of gyms that the PGA Tour members religiously train in are all there thanks to the fitness craze Woods introduced to the game. Leave all of that behind, the one thing we'll always see his legacy in is the way golfers behave now. What do I mean when I behave? Well, the ferocious fist bumps that most of them celebrate with, just because it's the way Tiger does it. Also, the overall energy and emotion they bring to the field, something Woods made trendy. All the moves and angles that the young stars learned from him.
On the right side, just over the front bunker, so very tough to get anywhere near it from here.
Just look at the current world number one, Rory McIlroy. He was a die-hard Tiger fan, got into the sport because of him, and tries to be like him in every single way. His legacy is safe, but is that what he wants? His own idea of a legacy is very different. Woods will be remembered for making modern golf what it is, no matter what, but apparently he doesn't really want that. The golf GOAT once revealed that he doesn't really want to be remembered at all. According to him, his job was to build the game of golf the way he did, and he's happy having done that and wants nothing more. The humble king just wants young talent to nurture in a safe haven. That, he says, is enough legacy for him. He explained this by saying that kids don't care that Michael Jordan played. They just look at a Jumpman and think it's cool. Oh well, whether you like it or not, Tiger, you built an immortal legacy for yourself. That was all about the impact Tiger Woods has had on golf. See you in the next video.